This is a Power Level 4 podcast.
Level up your listening. Promotional considerations provided by Green Ronin Publishing. Use code PL4 at checkout on the Green Ronin online store or use the link in the episode description to get 5% off your order. And join us on Patreon for exclusive bonus content like the Origin Stories miniseries, the Downtime Talkback Show, and more. Previously on It Takes One to Hunt One. Arcade agents Bronwyn Bedivere, Victor Valentine, and Sandra O'Hara, along with their team leader and mentor, the enigmatic Jack Miller, were summoned by the wandering mystic Thomas Reimer to deal with a monster apparently unleashed from a forgotten arcade facility. After defeating it and investigating the scene, the trail of clues led them to an arcade black site, which seemed to have been robbed. Jack revealed that the black site had been secretly used to store extremely dangerous magical artifacts, and that whoever was behind this likely knew not only of Arcade, but of the deep secrets kept even within Arcade. After gathering resources and information from Arcade headquarters in New Orleans, the team followed the thieves' trail to a drop point in Emerald City, where the artifacts had been hazardously deposited. While Jack was trying to cast protective wards over the recovered artifacts, he was assaulted by a strange figure in arcane robes. In their struggle, Jack's enchanted sidearm discharged into the shipping container full of artifacts. And now, the story continues. Special Agent Jack Miller of the American Research Center for the Arcane Defense of Earth, for he always considered himself an arcade agent more than an FBI agent, had never been fond of guns. He always viewed them as a necessary evil that one should only rely upon when every other possibility had been exhausted. That said, he also understood the reality of the line of work that he chose, so he chose to carry a .38 Special Police revolver from his time as a private investigator. It served him well in his missions, and served him better after the 20th anniversary of the founding of Arcade, when his fellow co-founder, Dutch, had it enchanted and enhanced as a gift. A rare bit of sentimentality between the two otherwise stoic friends. Dutch had it modified not unlike his .44 caliber revolver, which was a family heirloom. Now that it had been made to be all but irreplaceable, Dutch insisted that Jack name the weapon, which Jack compromised by naming the weapon Francine after his older sister, who he had always viewed as a stalwart and protective figure in his life. The .38 Special Revolver, previously already having been fairly powerful, now its report, rather than a revolver, sounded like the firing of a cannon, and put fear into the hearts of even otherworldly eldritch abominations, using its special alchemically crafted ammo and the enchantments upon its frame. But none of this occurs or matters to Agent Bronwyn Bedivere, whose enhanced senses and speed allow her to see the moment that this powerful weapon is discharged into what Jack had described only minutes before as an arcane time bomb with enough magical potential to level all of Emerald City. In the split second between the hammer striking the primer on the alchemically crafted bullet and that bullet finding purchase into whatever artifact is about to start off an irrevocable chain reaction of magical confluence, Agent Bedivere has a choice to make. A choice of trying to stop what has already been set in motion, or to follow Jack's final order to run.
I've lost enough people to know that you save who you can. To know when a fight or a situation is out of my control. Bronwyn turns and runs and looks over at Sandra. She's going to go and pick her up and throw her over her shoulder and yell, "Victor!" and start running as fast as she can away from the epicenter of whatever kind of blast is about to go off.
It is a trivial matter for Bronwyn to lift Sandra over her shoulder and run full tilt over the wall of the stack of shipping containers upon which Victor had previously perched himself. As you run, you are able to hear behind you the absolute chaos that begins to form as the last thing you see is that bullet heading straight toward a strange hourglass in which sand is flowing in both directions. You hear the of that glass shattering, the bullet ricocheting, it hitting something else in the container, and you feel every hair on your body stand on end, simultaneously out of fear and out of the sudden charge in the air. You hear this cavalcade of magical energies interacting with one another, strange sounds that you didn't think were possible to be made by things in the physical world, overlapping with each other, a charge building in the air. Sandra, just before the final moment of chaos ensues, I'm going to ask from you for a perception check.
16.
On a 16, you're able to see the chaos building as these energies conflict with one another. But the thing that stands out to you is what you suddenly do not see. In the moments between you being able to have clear sight on that container and the figure and Jack within it, there's a moment in between Bronwyn's jumps across these containers where you lose that line of sight, and when you regain it, they are both gone. And just as the three of you manage to make it across the width of this shipping container yard, as the energy's confliction grows and warps, becoming a deafening cacophony of noises and sounds, just as you reach the car, it erupts. A torrent of arcane lightning erupts into the sky, branching out like the motion of lava spewing from a volcano to form a wicked, gnarled tree of power as the bolts of lightning streak up into the sky and outward. And you feel that energy crackling out. You see one bolt strike a telephone pole nearby, and that telephone pole straight up turns into a swarm of locusts. You see a bolt streak out into the bay and strike the water, causing this enormous plume of evaporation that instantly reforms itself into a giant chunk of ice that then falls back down into the water, creating these enormous waves. You see one bolt strike out and hit a lamppost that then ties itself into a Gordian knot. You see another bolt streak out and hit a nearby building, and that building begins to sway in the wind like a giant glob of jello. You see another bolt flies back, barely missing you by maybe 20 feet and striking one of the containers as you're running past it. That container stands up, turning into a robot, and then runs straight into the water of Mallory Bay. You you look up and you see a diamond-shaped section of stars surrounding the moon wink out, and then the moon blinks. As the convalesced potential energy of all these artifacts being improperly stored in one place has exploded outward and is sending this wave over you all. Bronwyn, you feel something in your pocket glow white hot, and a field erupts around you, and you hear the ticking of a great clock. As suddenly as it started, it's all gone. There's the slightest hint of a charge in the air, like the moment just after a lightning strike. You still all have the after image in your eyes from the bright flashes of light. And in the distance, you hear sirens beginning to approach. I'm going to need a will resistance check from you guys, but before you make it, I'm going to make you an offer.
Okay.
And this is a bit of fun house ruling on my part for the sake of keeping the plot mysterious. You can make this roll straight, or if you make this roll twice and take the worst result, I will award you a hero point.
I'm gonna take it straight.
I'm taking it straight.
I will roll twice and take the lesser.
Okay?
That's a 20.
25.
It's a 12. It's a 2. So 14.
14. Here's your hero point, good sir.
Thank you. I have a 12 will. I was kind of hoping I could roll decently both times.
All right. Then, until it becomes relevant for Victor, you two go ahead and carry on as normal.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Cool.
It's always Murdoc.
Wait, so it seems like the magical storm just stopped?
From our perspective.
Do we wait around for local law enforcement or do we bail out?
Victor looks at Sandra with a bewildered expression. What are they going to do? And what are we going to tell them?
We can simply tell them it's an FBI matter and to move on.
We need to radio in. We need a call for backup.
Victor turns his attention to Bronwyn. Get a hold of Arcade. I'm sure if you explain the circumstances, they'll get someone down here very quickly. Now, Sandra, if you want to come with me and misdirect the local authorities...
Oh man, I love messing with the police.
I know you do. That's why I asked you. We can get them out of the area, because we don't need them sticking their underqualified noses in this and making matters worse, do we?
No, we do not.
Okay.
Bronwyn, please put me down.
Release me!
Sorry. I forgot I was holding you, to be honest.
So, Sandra and Victor go to intercept the police. You see cop cars are beginning to pull up, their flashing red and blue lights illuminating the late evening behind you. Because it's like 3 a.m, something like that. And you see officers start to get out of their cars. You see some of them go to already start establishing a perimeter. The first officer walks up to you. He approaches you, and you can see by the insignia on his uniform that he's a sergeant, and his name tag says Roberts. Sergeant Roberts approaches you and says, "Okay, who are you people and what's going on here?"
We're with the FBI and we're already on scene. Pull out my badge and kind of flash it to him. Sergeant Roberts, is it?
Yes.
We have this investigation under our purview already. If you could do us a kindness and set up a perimeter, though, to make sure no one else gets in, we'd be rightfully appreciative.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
I'll assist.
I was about to say, none of what I said was a lie.
I know.
Very smooth.
But it's 3 in the morning, and this is a regular duty cop.
I will hero point that, because that sucked. So, with a hero point spent, my result is a 24.
24, very good. So he goes, oh, dang. So, okay, if you guys are here this fast, is this part of like an ongoing investigation?
We were led here via a lot of circumstances. This was part of an ongoing investigation that unfortunately got out of hand.
It's 3 in the morning. There's somebody here speaking with authorities showing him an actual FBI badge. He takes it at face value. He goes, understood, we'll establish a perimeter. Is there anything else that we need to do? Should we be looking for anyone or anything, or do you just need us to contain the scene?
I need you to contain the scene. Actually, there's one other thing I can get from you if possible. If you could have your men be on the lookout for the embalmer. He's normally not around here. I know we already have a bolo out on him, but he is tied to this.
The embalmer. Is that the guy that we got the bulletin on earlier with driving a hearse?
That's the one.
Okay.
Just keep an eye out. If you see him, let me know immediately.
Understood.
Thank you very much, Sergeant.
So the cop turns around and starts giving orders. All right, boys, let's establish a perimeter. Jenkins, bring that car around. Get those barriers up. You see a van pull up with like the traffic barriers and cones and stuff like that, and they start to set out the scene to start blocking off the streets.
I turn to Sandra as we're walking back towards Brawlin. Man, it is a lot easier to deal with them when they're not, actively trying to arrest you. I take a long
Agreed.
pull on my
Agreed.
cigar. Just,
They're really calm. I expected guns out upon approach.
me too. Man, I gotta get used to this.
Night shift guys are used to things being fairly quiet on night shift, and also, like, they're the first responders. The guys that really come guns out are, like, the Star Squad. And they have no reason to call the Star Squad yet.
Yet.
And as he's walking away, he turns and goes, oh, sorry, Agent,
Valentine.
just so you guys are aware, no need to call Aegis, they're already on the way.
Aegis is already on the way.
Yeah. And he just points kind of to a larger dome. Like, you can barely see it from here, but there's this dome complex that's more to, like, the west. And you can, like, he's just pointing in that vague direction of, like, there's the Aegis HQ for this entire seaboard.
That might be a problem.
Okay, so, Bronwyn, while your compatriots have gone over to distract the cops, what are you doing?
Bronwyn immediately goes to try to call Assistant Director Vance.
Okay. You go straight for her cell phone, I assume?
Yep.
This is something that not every agent has, but Jack gave to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because he was like, yeah, sometimes you need it, and I don't care if we bother her. Anytime any of you guys brought up anything about, like, maybe we shouldn't, Jack just goes, I helped her get a job.
I get a bother as much as I want.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, it rings once, and then she answers.
Bedivere, report.
I'm pretty sure this was some kind of trap for Jack. When we found the storage unit, everything seemed to be there, but what I assume was some kind of magic user in a white mask appeared, grabbed Jack, and his gun, Jack's gun, set off some kind of explosive reaction. It doesn't look like anyone's been harmed or killed, but who knows what kind of after effects we're going to be dealing with. And
Wait. Where is Jack?
I don't know. He told us to run, and it looked like he had vanished from the storage unit.
Before this explosion went off?
Before the greater explosion took place, I believe. I'm planning on going in to investigate, but I knew I should call first and make sure I'm not being an idiot walking back in there.
Smart. Okay. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to gather as much information as you can from the scene of what's left and what happened.
and you're going to get out of there before anyone above normal beat cops get there to start questioning you. We cannot have this come back to us. And I'm already seeing media pop up with various people's security recordings or phone videos of this strange electrical storm in Emerald City. They're wondering if it might be a repeat of the Silver Storm. We cannot have this come back to us. You need to gather what information you can, get your team, get out of there, and meet me on the M train.
How do we... Jack never explained how the M train works, and...
Okay, listen, assuming Jack didn't have all the damn tokens on him, you're going to take the things in the bag that you got from the armory. They should be things like subway tokens, tickets, passports, pocketbooks, different traveling paraphernalia. You're going to take them to the closest actually running train, and as you step onto that train, you're going to hold that item and you're going to say, all aboard.
All right. Now, I think Aegis should be nearby here.
Which is why you're going to gather what information you can and get out of there quickly. The FBI and Aegis aren't on the best of terms already. If Aegis finds out that the FBI has a secret magic task force, I can only imagine the fallout in Washington. So you're going to do this quickly, and you're going to disappear without a trace. Am I understood, Agent?
Understood. All right.
So it's around this point that you guys finish dealing with those cops and they're starting to set up their perimeter, and you're all able to meet back up.
Not to alarm you, but Aegis is on the way, Bronwyn.
Bronwyn's already putting together a plan. Okay. Sandra, you see if you can get an ETA on Aegis's arrival. Victor, you and I need to go and start investigating and get out before they get here.
Gotcha.
Understood.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna go talk to some cops. Hopefully none of them recognize me.
Bronwyn is going to walk into the dock area and make sure she's behind something before she starts running. Because doesn't need to draw any extra attention right now.
Oh yeah, running in front of a bunch of cops in a dark shipping place after a magical storm just happened? Bad plan.
It's not uncommon for there to be enhanced individuals in the FBI, correct?
In Emerald City, it's a bit more common than in other places, but it's still a phenomenon that is not really seen much.
I see.
Like, from the perspective of individuals such as yourselves, you see and meet enhanced individuals all day long, all the time. To the average Joe in America, superheroes are a thing that other places have to deal with.
It's the Garfield effect. Start thinking about Garfield, he shows up everywhere.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha, thank you.
So yeah, Bronwyn is going to run off and try to gather as much information as she can.
I'll follow Bronwyn and
Okay.
head that direction to help her investigation.
As you round the corner to where all of that had just taken place, it is nigh unrecognizable. That container is still smoking. The doors and the edge of the doorway melted, curling outward. The immediate area in front of all of this turned to iridescent, multicolored glass. Shards all pointing outward from the eruption of energy that sent forth. You also notice that the inside of the container is charred and blackened. Anything beyond that, I'm going to need investigation checks.
All right. Bronwyn is going to be using her quickness to do this so that she can cover as much ground as possible. If there's anything of note or interest, she may pick it up. She's also going to bag up a little bit of that iridescent material just in case, but not with her bare hands.
Good call.
Rolling for investigation. That's a total of 20 again.
Nice.
I will roll to assist.
Okay.
25 to assist, so +2.
25 to assist. I think that gives her a +5.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because that's 3 degrees of success.
Nice.
Total of 25 then.
Total of 25. Very good. So, the first thing that is immediately apparent is all the various artifacts that you guys had seen in here, all those strange tomes, those crates with the engraved and enchanted chains around them, those staves, those weapons, that hourglass, all of those things, gone.
Yep.
Not destroyed, gone. What you're not finding is debris or remains from any of the stuff, with the exception of those enchanted chains.
That's right, you mentioned enchanted chains.
Enchanted chains around some crates, yeah.
Well, I will do my best to wrap those up and place them in my satchel.
This feels like a bad sign, right?
I don't know. I think I would have preferred if it was all destroyed, but the good thing is there's no bodies.
That's true. That's certainly a way of looking at this. Oh, God, now we just gotta find all this mess again.
How far do you think it traveled? Do you think we're looking at a worldwide thing, or?
Well, if he was powerful enough to get in here and just appear, and then make everything, Jack included, vanish again, I'd rightly say that we have no idea how far he could have gotten.
Who knows if it was even voluntary, though, that explosion.
That raises a good point. I'm not sure, but I do know we need to pay the embalmer a visit.
Oh, yeah. I somehow doubt that man wasn't sticky-fingered on the way here. I wonder if we'd find a couple items in his tender care.
Sandra, how do you go about figuring out Aegis's ETA?
I approach an officer.
He turns and goes, "Anything I can help you with, Agent?"
Yeah, do you know the ETA on Aegis?
He turns and looks, and I would like you to make me a perception check.
Oh, no!
Oh, shit. Oh, hey, that was a good roll.
31.
Cool. You see an Aegis flying APC flanked by 2 VTOL jets lifting off in the distance and starting to make their way here.
5 minutes?
Probably less. I don't know why he's suddenly Southern. Probably less.
Oh, God, Victor's spreading.
He's infecting everyone! I pull out my phone. I text Bronwyn. Yeah, 2 minutes.
All right, we need to go.
We need to leave.
We need to leave now. Aegis is on their way.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, come around the corner. I'm gonna get us out of here right quick.
We have a car.
I know, but we don't want to be seen driving away, because then our car is tied to us. Just trust me on this.
Okay. Thank you for your assistance, sir. I have to go investigate.
No problem. So is Aegis going to be taking over the scene?
Yes.
Or okay. Yeah, I'll send. I assume you guys are looking at what happened in there. I'll send them your way whenever they get here.
Of course. Sounds like a plan.
We'll be waiting for them.
We'll be waiting. I walk off.
Cool. I'm gonna use. So, great tendrils extend from Victor's coat and push out into the ground, wrapping around Bronwyn and Sandra, lifting off the ground, and as I float off the ground and over the containers, out over the bay.
Are we visible?
Do you know how hard it is to see a person against the bay at night at 3 a.m?
Okay, fair
that
enough.
water is black. Like,
Okay, fair.
you don't work on vampire rules, right? You can cross running water as we're flying over the bay.
Never had an issue with it yet.
Okay, good. Just making sure. I don't want you
Good,
to
because there's like
melt.
3 rivers in this city.
I was like, I wouldn't want you to melt. That seems like it'd be bad on my conscience, if nothing else.
You have one of those?
I'm a thief, not a murderer. Thank you very
Fair
much.
enough.
I would
Fair
also
enough.
like to point out, if I want to be a real stickler for the rules right now, Great Tentacles only lets you move one thing at a time. So what you could be doing is you're picking up Bronwyn and Bronwyn is picking up Sandra.
That's fair.
Nice! Okay, so
again.
we restate this.
Yeah.
Bronwyn has got...
Bronwyn's like bridle carrying.
Yes, bridal
Sandra.
carrying Sandra, so at least you're not a sack of potatoes this time. Yeah, that would be even funnier
Yes,
image.
I agree.
So, do you guys head for the nearest train station?
Yeah, as we start moving away, Bronwyn is going to direct them to whatever is the nearest train station in Emerald City.
So, Emerald City does not have a subway system because there have been historic flooding issues in the past in Emerald City. But what they do have is an above-ground tram that runs around most of the city in a circular pattern. So you're able to fairly quickly find the next stop on that metro line that runs 24 hours a day.
All right, so the rule is, as you get on to the tram, you are going to hold one of these, and you're going to say, all aboard.
That's it?
That's it.
We're gonna end up on the Polar Express.
M train.
It's copyrighted. It's the Antarctic tram.
Antarctic train.
So the train approaches and stops in front of you guys, and the doors open.
All right, Bronwyn is going to take a token in her hand, mutter all aboard to herself, and step onto the train. The tram.
Before Sandra and Victor's very eyes, Bronwyn steps into the train and is just gone.
Okay, then. That's disconcerting. That's fine.
Horrifying.
Yeah. That, all those other wonderful adjectives for stuff I don't really want to mess with, but I'm forced to anyways. He picks up a token and just walks up, like, just resigned to his fate in all this. Just like, all aboard, and just walks slowly into the doorway.
Victor is gone.
Not too unusual.
Sandra sighs, picks up a token and the baggie, make sure that they all have it, tucks the baggie away. All aboard.
All three of you appear on an already moving train. Stumble a bit, but manage to find your footing again. And as you look around, you find yourselves on what appears to be a 19th century luxury passenger train with velvet upholstered seats, a well-polished bar stocked with all manners of alcohols, well-polished wooden fixtures throughout, gas lamps hanging from the ceiling, a plush carpet beneath your feet. The main thing that you guys notice is the outside environment passing by the train. There's something unusual about the landscape here. There's rolling green hills, mountains in the distance, trees, rivers, all of these things passing by. But as you're looking out, you're seeing features that don't make sense. You're seeing rivers flowing uphill. You're seeing types of trees that should not be in this environment. Like, you're seeing an African Sahara baobab tree out in the middle of like a rolling plush green meadow. And as you look further on in the distance, you see that there is a hole shot straight through a mountain that, if you had to hazard a guess based on the distance, is probably at least 500 feet in diameter, assuming that the distance here is correct.
Sweden gets weird.
And as you're observing these strange landscapes speeding by the windows, the door at one end of the car opens. And you see a well-dressed gentleman, appears to be late 50s, early 60s, sandy blonde hair that has gone mostly to gray, conductor's uniform with the sleeves rolled up to his elbows, a pocket watch chain hanging, steel gray eyes, and just like a kind face. And he's got those strong arms that you can tell come from years and years of picking up other people's stuff and moving it around. And he approaches the three of you and he goes, "Oh, hello there. Welcome to the M train. My name is Axelby. I am the attendant of the M train. May I take your luggage?"
I don't think we have luggage. Do we have luggage?
Not really.
Won't see me complaining. Less work I have to do. So, how long will you be staying?
Not long, I think. We're here to meet with Assistant Director Vance.
Ah, yes, Miss Vance. Very well. Please, feel free to make yourselves comfortable, settle in. Is there anything that I can get you? We are currently in the dining car, so if there's anything I can make for you in terms of food or drink, please feel free to say so.
I think I'm okay, but...
Oh, Miss Vance did implore me to say the following. For your own safety, please do not exit the M train by any means other than those by which you entered.
So the door, right there.
Yes,
With the
Okay.
token, I'm assuming.
yes. I must insist that you do not try to go out through the windows.
What happens if someone goes out through the windows?
Nothing good.
That feels needlessly ominous, but yeah, I respect the warning.
He has not stopped smiling this entire time, by the way.
Your features and that tail are needlessly ominous. However, I appreciate your words of warning.
He just nods at you in appreciation.
Victor just kind of like uncomfortably shifts and sits down, just sits down in the chair. I'm not sure what to make of any of this, so I'm gonna keep my back to a wall.
The chair is extremely comfortable.
I'm gonna sit down. Ooh.
It smells of like old spice and furniture polish and something that you can't quite identify that still does not assuage the alarm bell ringing in your head.
Can I get an ashtray?
Oh, yes, of course. And you see he walks behind the bar and produces a crystal glass ashtray.
Oh my god.
One could get used to this.
Oh, might I offer any types of smokes? We have cigarettes, we have cigars, various different tobacco products.
I'm here for work. And then if you just bring me a couple selections, I'll make them of my own accord. Just bring me some cigars.
Of course. And he reaches down behind the bar and brings out a humidor and takes a ring of keys out from his pocket, unlocks the humidor, and opens it and produces one of the most finely rolled cigars you've ever seen.
Did we die?
I can only assume.
Because, this is really starting to feel like heaven a little bit. I know there's some kind of mix-up that I made it, but...
And he brings the cigar over to you and hands it to you.
I take it. I have my own cards, thank you very much. I go through my little rituals of preparing my cigar, using the end of the first one to light my new cigar, taking a few pulls on it to make sure it's burning evenly.
The taste of it is rich, smooth, and smoky, and just has the slightest undercurrent of stagnant pond water. Like, just enough not to ruin the experience, but to make you go, huh.
I rescind my previous comments. Maybe I do deserve to be here. My bad.
Axelby looks at you with a smile and goes, "I'm so glad you enjoy, sir," and goes back behind the bar. and closes the humidor back up and replaces it under the bar.
Just a weary, disappointed look on Victor's face as he holds this. It just looks over this, like, what should be the best cigar he's ever had. And just looks like he lost Christmas. Like, honestly, like...
Now that you've been made aware of the strangeness of this place, you're looking at all the various bottles of liquor behind the bar, and a lot of them do have old-timey labels, which kind of throws you off, but you're also noticing that, like, a lot of them appear to be, like, very close to actual, like, high-class name brands of alcohol, but with, like, every third letter is wrong.
Hey, there's Crown Broil.
Crown Broil? It's just got
Like,
got
there's-
a picture of meat. Like,
There's also a bottle of Dan Jackson whiskey.
tangent.
Tommy Hopper.
Don't tell me.
Patreon.
Patreon, not Patron. That's good.
Jeff Runner. And just as you guys start to get settled in and, like, really notice how just slightly off all of this is, you see Assistant Director Vance appears through the same door that you guys just entered. The door does not open. She just kind of appears in here. Courtney Vance, despite only standing about 5'2", is a woman whose general demeanor is something you can only compare to a retired battleship. Scarred but solid, unbowed and unbroken. Despite being in her early 50s, she's in great shape, and her features may as well have been carved from stone. A heart-shaped face with a strong jaw and square chin, an aquiline nose with a light dusting of freckles, brown eyes so deep and dark they remind you of fresh black coffee, and a faint scar running down from her right cheekbone to the midpoint of her right jaw. Her skin is that particular shade of tan that you can only get by taking someone of primarily British ancestry and leaving them out in the desert for just a bit too long, though it is beginning to lighten with so much time spent underground. She wears a well-fitting two-piece suit of neutral grays and blacks, intentionally unassuming in its appearance. You've never seen it for yourself, but you've heard that this otherwise unremarkable outfit covers up the tattoos that she got in her past life as a servicewoman in the U.S. Marine Corps. And given the good shape she's in, you wouldn't be surprised to hear that she's kept up her exercise regimen from that life as well. But the most shocking part of her appearance is her hair, currently pulled back in a neat bun. Each and every hair on her head is a stark silver color, so consistent that it seems it has nothing to do with her age. And she looks around at all of you and goes, "So he's really gone."
Well, gone as in we don't know where he is.
We didn't see any signs of remains. All of the magical artifacts appear to have vanished.
She closes her eyes, takes a deep breath in through her nose, and out through the mouth, and she goes, "Axelby, whiskey sour." "Right away, Mom." And you see he turns and starts to prepare the drink, and she... So let me see if I understand the situation correctly. The embalmer, a man who has less magical potential in his entire body than I have in some of the pens on my desk, somehow managed to find a place so secret that less than a handful of people on Earth know about it, managed to find his way through all of its protective wards, load up every single thing that he could get his hands on, brought it to Emerald City, left it in a shipping container, and upon finding that shipping container, the three of you went to go disarm it, only for someone to accost Jack, and in the scuffle, cause a magical runaway reaction that caused who knows what kinds of damage, not just to the immediate surrounding area, but to the very fabric of reality itself. Victor.
Yes.
Make me an insight check real quick.
Nat 20, so let's see what that actually rolls out for.
Cool. You have no idea who she's talking about when she says some figure accosted Jack.
What are we talking about? I remember there's explosion, but...
I don't know if you saw in the shipping container, there was a man in a white mask.
It's not ringing any bells for me personally, but... I don't doubt your observations, I can't recall that.
He clearly knew who Jack was. He said something like, "Hello, Jack."
Do I remember Jack responding to someone as if they were there?
You remember Jack being in trouble, but when you try to remember who caused that trouble, nothing. Complete and total void.
I remember them being in a bad spot, but I was looking in the container. I could see it all the way down. But I can't... Kind of rubs his head a little bit. I don't recall that at all.
Is he being affected by, like, a secondary gravity of balance?
That shouldn't be possible.
Well, someone clearly was able to get past some kind of magical obscurement in order to find the warehouse. Either someone on the inside betrayed that knowledge, or we have to accept that someone is powerful enough to get past it.
Magical individuals with countermeasures against the gravity of balance aren't unheard of, but none of them should be aware of that black site. I wasn't even aware of that black site until I made assistant director. And the person who told me was Jack. The only other person on Earth besides Jack and myself who should know is Dutch, another of my best agents whom I would trust with my life.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Director. But we have a limited set of options. We have a traitor, or we have someone immensely more powerful than we expected.
I don't like either possibility, but I much prefer, if I had to choose, someone powerful rather than a traitor in our ranks.
Given that it seems like Jack was the center of it, was the target of this, it's very unlikely it was him.
And see, that's another part that's bothering me. You said that this person appeared to know Jack. Nobody should know Jack outside of Arcade. He's been with Arcade since its inception. There shouldn't be a person on Earth that knows Jack Miller's name aside from us.
Well, one place to start is start going through Arcade's files and see if there's any mention of magical individuals tied to Jack, especially ones that wear a white mask. I can try to do a sketch for you later of what it looked like. Apart from that, our plan is to, for the foreseeable future, is to track down the embalmer and find out what he knows.
Good. You're ahead of me. Because here's the thing, agents. I shouldn't have to remind you, but I'm going to anyway, that the gravity of balance only affects people's memories. It does absolutely nothing against recordings, either digital or analog. And that explosion is currently being reported on by every news station from here to Freedom City. And you see her veneer crack as she looks at the three of you and says, I cannot put into words the feelings I have over this situation, agents. Rest assured that were it within my power, and if I had the men to spare, you three would already be on a plane back to New Orleans. But the situation at hand is that between the investigations in Red Rocks and Pinewood, and God knows where Dutch is, I don't have anyone else. So I can only pray that Jack was right about the three of you. Because you're now all I've got to solve what might be the most important case in Arcade's history. So here's what's going to happen. Starting tomorrow, you report directly to me. This is not something that needs to get out. This is the most need-to-know basis of any need-to-know basis. You're going to follow the one lead you have, which is the embalmer, and you're going to figure out how he got the capabilities to do what he did and from whom. From there, you're going to follow every single thread in this convoluted web until you find its center, and then you are going to destroy it. I want those artifacts recovered. I want them back in our control. I want whoever did this found. I want them in our custody, and I want to take every single one of them, throw them into the deepest cell in the gut that we can find, take the key, and throw it in a volcano in another dimension! Am I clear, agents?
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Make me insight checks.
17.
8. 4.
Wow. You know that from your limited time here and from what Jack has described to you guys that Assistant Director Vance has some real steel in her. You don't get to become the assistant director of a thing like Arcade without having that. Bronwyn and Sandra, you've never seen her this angry. You've never heard of her this angry. You can't tell what this anger is directed at, but you have a feeling that it might be at you. Victor, you're able to read between the lines enough to realize, number one, she didn't just ask to meet here on the M train because it was the fastest way for her to be face-to-face with you guys. It was because she can't get this loud in her office without other people overhearing. And the second thing you realize is that she's not angry at you. She is in the process of possibly grieving a dear mentor and friend. Because wherever Jack is nowhere good.
Got it. I'm not going to call her on that.
She takes the glass slid to her across the bar by Axelby, takes a swig, makes a face and goes, "That would be a whiskey sweet, Axelby, but thank you for trying."
Is this purgatory?
We don't know where this is. And Axelby has been less than helpful. And she just kind of gestures at him, and Axelby just gives you all a big ol' smile.
Hey, Axelby. Where are we?
On the M train.
Where is the M train?
The tracks.
May I get you anything?
A chicken salad sandwich.
Coming right up. And you see him go into a door behind the bar that appears to lead into some kind of kitchen. And you hear the sounds of him toiling away.
Now you're going to sit there and you're going to finish that sandwich.
We don't have time.
I'm going to make sure we got time.
Oh, you finish that cigar.
I am. I have to. Thank you.
So Assistant Director Vance looks at the three of you and goes, "Get some rest. I know you've already been up too long already. Because tomorrow, you start your investigation. Whatever contacts any of you have from your time here. Valentine, I understand that you ran with the Molokov Mafia for some time. I'm sure you have some people you can still call on. Same with you, O'Hara, from your days of activism. Bedivere, get in touch with SAC Anderson at the Emerald City FBI branch. Tell him that you are part of a task force under me that is investigating the explosion. Use whatever resources you three have available to you and find the embalmer. Hopefully he can lead us back to what you guys have been tracking these past few weeks."
Weeks?
And she gets this kind of confused look on her face and goes, "Yeah, weren't you guys following up on reports of strange happenings in Emerald City? Isn't that why you followed him here in the first place?"
Hold up. How long ago was it? Maybe I'm missing something.
Did she forget about it?
How long ago was the explosion?
Valentine, did you take a bump to the head?
It's possible.
It was a couple of hours ago, if that. You had just enough time to investigate before Aegis got on the scene and then got here.
We started this a matter of hours ago, and we met Thomas Reimer. I shouldn't have said that.
Hours ago, Thomas Reimer. What does Thomas Reimer have to do with any of this? And hours ago, I thought you'd been on... Angelique put you on this investigation weeks ago when we started getting reports of strange artifacts and happenings in the back streets of Emerald City. Angelique came to me and said, I want to put Jack's team on this investigation in Emerald City.
No. We were investigating a tenebraphage in a different city.
Right, that you guys got a call about this tenebraphage.
Yeah.
And there was some suspicion that it linked to your ongoing investigation.
No.
She downs the rest of the whiskey sweet. Everybody make me insight checks.
28.
That was a 5.
So I'm the only person who's good at reading people, apparently?
11.
I'm gonna say Bronwyn is very tired right now.
16.
With a 28, Victor, she is flabbergasted by the idea that you guys stumbled onto this vast criminal conspiracy only a couple of hours ago. And as you're reading into her words and you're connecting her dots with the dots as you understand them, something occurs to you. That field that enveloped you during the explosion and the sound of a great clock. There was clearly a magical artifact that was an hourglass in that container, and something happened that protected you guys in some way. And Victor, you're doing all the math in your head, and you take out your phone and you check the date, and it's the same date that it was whenever you guys started all of this. You're putting it all together, and you're taking her words and your experiences and that exchange that you saw between Thomas Reimer and Bronwyn, where he handed her an artifact made out of the hand of a pocket watch. As near as you're able to put together, that explosion did not teleport those artifacts. It sent them back in time.
Shit. I have good and bad news. If my understanding of this is as decent as I hope it is, what do you know about an hourglass that flows up and down simultaneously?
I think I read in a book once about some kind of ancient Egyptian artifact, sands of time, something along those lines.
So that got hit directly with one of Jack's bullets, and I'm thinking that it didn't so much push everything away as it did push things backwards, chronologically.
So these artifacts that you had been chasing hours ago, and had been in that shipping container hours ago, and as near as we can tell, delivered by the embalmer at some point in the recent past, have also been in Emerald City already for several weeks, if not longer. So not only have we potentially messed with the very fabric of reality and magic, but also time. Fantastic.
I'd like to blame whatever mystery figure that they seem to have seen. I don't put myself personally responsible for any of that.
Be that as it may, Agent Valentine, we now find ourselves between a rock and an apocalypse. Make sure that you avert the apocalypse and stick to the rock.
So, they've simultaneously been here for a few hours, and have also been here for an untold amount of time causing issues, which raises a whole ton of other problems.
And they've also been in our warehouse, so.
Are there two of each individual item?
I pray to whatever God will listen that is not the case. And at that mention, Bronwyn, your pen hops out of your pocket.
Well, Bronwyn snatches at the pen and pushes it back down.
Not you.
Listen, time paradoxes notwithstanding, take a minute, get settled in here. Jack's intention was for you all to use the M train as an emergency base of sorts while you sorted all of this out. I see no reason not to allow you to continue using it, especially since it's one of our more secure locations. So get some rest, and tomorrow, get on it. I want updates daily.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood.
Of course.
And she takes the token out of her pocket, walks over to the door, and she says, "All departing," and just kind of is gone.
Well, it's a good thing she said that, otherwise we wouldn't have known how to get off.
It's true. I was just thinking the same thing.
Do you think if you say all aboard a second time, you just loop back into the car?
I am not gonna try.
Axelby comes back with your sandwich. It's a nice, like, whole grain bread, well chopped chicken. It's got some herbs in there, little toothpicks stuck in it. Just like one large lettuce leaf that's been kind of draped over the whole thing and in between the bread. It, for all intents and purposes, it looks like the platonic ideal of a chicken salad sandwich. It even has a side of potato chips. Not in a bag, on the plate, that appears freshly made.
I pick up the sandwich, remove the toothpick, set it on the plate, and take a hearty bite.
It tastes fantastic. It's creamy. You can feel the crunch of the vegetables in there, and then you find this one texture that you can't quite identify. It's not crunchy like the vegetables. It doesn't tear like the chicken. You kind of just crush through it. It's almost like a tougher gummy type consistency.
Maybe it's just a pickle.
It does not taste like a pickle. It does not have the crunch of a pickle.
Just like a weird little pickle.
I'm gonna need a deception check against yourself.
You can do that? Well, how is it?
It's a sandwich. Sure is one of those.
Axelby, Billgren, I'm so glad you enjoy it.
Yeah, it's great.
So, you will be staying with us for some time then?
It appears to be so.
Excellent. Allow me to give you the tour. Axelby takes you guys on a walking tour of the M train. He first, of course, shows you the dining car where you guys have already been spending a bit of time. Anytime, day or night, whatever kinds of food or drink you would like, please let me know and I will create it for you. Now then, right this way. And he leads you from there, heading toward the front of the train, and the door opens up and you pass between the cars. It is perfectly safe to pass between the cars. Do not step out from the immediate area in between the doors, says Axelby as he takes you into the next car. The sleeping car, with these small but lavish rooms with these plush comforters on these single beds, places for you to hang any kind of clothing, small chests of drawers for your belongings. Again, plush carpet, wooden, highly polished fixings, all these things. The height of luxury circa like 1892. From there, he takes you into the next car, which is a full 1890s era gymnasium with a polished wood floor and workout equipment, up to and including training dummies for things like martial arts or combat training. There is a small boxing ring with safety gear, and all manner of different workout and exercise equipment in a train car.
Yeah,
I was not expecting this one.
And this would be the gymnasium car. Feel free to use the facilities anytime, day or night. We simply ask that you replace the equipment when you are done using it.
He then leads you on into the next car, which is full of communications equipment. Again, all of this furnished with these beautifully crafted, polished wood housings and fittings, like a full telephone switchboard, a telegram, and what looks to be like a really old calculation engine. And as you look forward around the room, you see that you can almost trace a line from the oldest forms of communication technology in here all the way up to a 1980s DOS computer. But the most out of place thing is on a small corner, a small desk over in the corner, there is a modern docking station with which you can connect a laptop.
Thank God.
Almost as if it's a concession being made to the idea of modernity.
This is the communications car. Here you can maintain whatever contact with any individuals that you need to outside of the M train, back in your home area. And I believe, according to the technicians that Arcade sent here to get some of these things set up, it should also allow you to use your pocket telegrams without any issue.
Cell phone.
Cellophane?
That's plastic wrap.
Okay.
Cell phone.
Moving on.
He leads you into the next car, and this car is straight up a jail.
Oh,
And this is the detainment car. Here you see various cells with which you can use to house any ne'er-do-wells you come across in your adventures, any roustabouts or rowdies that you may need to have contained. I believe, according to those same arcade technicians, these bars have some manner of property that they are able to use to hold various individuals which would otherwise be able to fit through or around any of the bars.
And again, it's this is where the dichotomy reaches, the strange juxtaposition reaches its peak, because this is a jail that's still in a luxury train car. So the beds are plush, the bars are polished. You still see these finely crafted wooden fittings all over the place, hanging gas lamps, little bells for them to ring to summon room service inside the cells.
you know, worst places to be in jail.
The joke's on them, though. Anything they order's gonna be weird in some way.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. The sandwich is great.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I spent particular time on the eyeballs.
Had that good pop to it, didn't it? You enjoying your sandwich?
I'm gonna throw up on your shoes.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't. Getting things out of this carpet is difficult. Let us continue with the tour, shall
What
we?
happens if you throw up off the car?
Don't.
And he just walks you down into the next car, which is a enormous library with tall shelf after tall shelf with a rolling ladder able to reach them, completely stocked with books, tomes, grimoires, reading chairs, high-backed, with a crackling fireplace against the wall in this train car that you can hear the of the wheels on the tracks and feel the steady motion of everything as it sways gently, and you can see that across each shelf of books there is actually a leather strap with a buckle to keep them all in place in case of turns or other sudden movements. And you see that there is a large area in the middle that Bronwyn, no roll required, you can tell is it is large enough and clear enough to serve as the space for any kind of magical rituals that may need to happen. And you can tell by the slight amount of chalk dust and what will look to be stains from candle wax in a few spots on the floor and the carpet that it has already been used for that on several occasions. And in fact, you see in a cabinet off to the side things like candles and chalk and various other accoutrements for things of that nature. And then, as you guys are finished with the library, he walks you forward into the next car, and you find that you are once again in the dining car.
Oh,
The train.
Loops.
that's convenient, I guess.
Thank you. What was his name? Was his name Appleby?
Axelby.
Axelby.
Applebee's.
Appleby. I knew it was right. It was wrong.
The food is just as good.
All right, I am gonna call it for the night.
Something's wrong with those beds, I know it.
At this point, I don't care.
I'm gonna lie
Let's
down
talk in the
and
morning.
there's gonna be a pea under the mattress.
Like I said, Bronwyn's going to bed. She is going to walk over to the sleeping car. She's going to choose a bottom bunk, kick off her shoes, and crawl in because it has been a lot.
It's been one hell of a day week.
And collapse and go to sleep.
Very well. Do Victor and Sandra do the same?
Yes.
Yep. I kick off my Timbs and pass out.
Very good. Everybody make me perception checks.
That's an 18 for Bronwyn.
8.
29.
Bronwyn, you get into the bed and it's high thread count Egyptian cotton, down plush, and like 3 grains of sand. Just like 3 grains of sand kind of distributed in random places in between
For
the sheets.
maximum discomfort.
And like you just like you pick one out and you toss it away, and then like you go back into the bed and there's still 3 grains of sand.
I've slept in worse. Bronwyn is going to sleep.
Sandra, you get into the mattress, like you get into the bed, and you feel like there's something poking up through the mattress.
I lift up the mattress.
There is a small fridge magnet of the letter P.
Sandra takes the fridge magnet, looks at the nearest window, and goes, "What if I did?"
We were warned multiple times not to throw things out the windows or stick our hands out there. If you disintegrate because you stuck your hand out there, I'm not helping, and I'm not getting involved.
I'm gonna stick this to your belt buckle.
You ate eyeballs.
You smoked pond water!
So, at some point, the 3 of you manage to actually get to sleep. And you all settle in to your beds on the M train, feeling the gentle rocking of its motions as it speeds through this strange alien landscape, and drift off to a dreamless sleep. And that is where we are going to end this episode of It Takes One to Hunt One.
Thank you for listening to It Takes One to Hunt One, presented by Power Level 4 Podcast. It Takes One to Hunt One stars
Murdoc Addams as Victor Valentine.
Mary Jasken as Bronwyn Bedivere.
Lynn Brewer as Sandra O'Hara.
And Brandon Brewer as everyone and everything else.
Production, editing, and sound design by Jared Olson. A special thanks to Green Ronin Publishing, the creators of the game system Mutants and Masterminds, and the World of Freedom setting which we use in our show. And most importantly, thank you to our patrons on Patreon. Patrons get access to exclusive bonus content and help make what we do here possible. If you would like to become a patron, join us at patreon.com/powerlevel4podcast. We'll see you there.